What's going on, guys? Boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I have no voice today. I just want to say that I am so happy football is back. I win, lose, or draw today, no matter what happened. I am glad to be back at Lincoln Financial Field. I am glad to be watching the Eagles. I am surely glad that football is just back, and it's here. Okay. So me and my girlfriend went to the game today, as you guys seen. Did a few things. I want to show you a few things too. The kickoff trailer for the season. These Fly T-shirts. They were selling these. They were actually selling these in the parking lots for $15, and people were making them. So it was nice. They're going to be selling them on the shop, for the Eagles. Probably for like $30 a shirt. You never know. But it was really nice seeing that. There was a lot of excitement in the air because it was a new year. A lot of pieces. A new team. A lot more added pieces, I should say. Not a new team, but a lot more added pieces. Desean Jackson coming back home, and man, when Desean Jackson was introduced through the tunnel, I mean, he literally got on his knees and he was hitting the floor when he was coming out, and he just is so happy to be back. And he showed it today with over 150 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns today, okay? The one thing I could say about this game, especially Carson Wentz and Desean Jackson had a pretty good connection. Those deep balls were on the damn money. And let me tell you, Desean Jackson could track that ball for days. Carson Wentz came out of the tunnel and even got more hype. And I have to say that today, throughout the whole game, the one thing that I knew that was working out very well was not only the deep ball of Desean Jackson, but the protection for Carson Wentz was pretty good. He only had to escape, 3 times this whole game, really. He had over 300 yards, throwing for 300 yards, and, he had 3 touchdowns today. Carson Wentz looked great. He did. But this team as a whole, okay, we had to come back in this game and win it. And the Eagles just looked like they were I didn't know what the hell I was watching. There was no pressure on Keenum. The corners weren't covering. The corners were really sucking bad. Like, the linebackers couldn't cover. I mean, this was literally rust. But when I said that, remember like a month ago, I said, hey, maybe the Eagles are going to have a little bit of rust, They had a rust for the whole half. This is the tale of 2 halves in this game, and there was rust for a whole entire half, okay? I'm just sitting here like sideline pass, dump off. Not to mention, of course, Doug Peterson using Darren Sproles so much in the first half. I mean, so much to where it wasn't working. Jordan Howard was getting sprinkled. Jordan Howard was more of the productive running back. I can't even say that because all of them did absolutely amazing. Everybody put the work in, okay? Other than a few Desean Jackson had the, unnecessary roughness call. Josh Norman pushed him. He pushed him back. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, it was such bullshit. But this team looked dead in the water. Nothing. I'm like, there's no way the Redskins are this fucking good. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And I knew this was... I just knew it. I knew it because I just said the Eagles are not playing on all cylinders. The Eagles are just like the offensive line hasn't played together. But to myself in my head, I'm like, but they practiced together. They were practicing hard together. They were practicing against themselves for weeks. And, when you know your opponent well in practice, you beat him most likely. And it showed on this field that they weren't used to playing against other teams. The Redskins played in the preseason. The starters played in the preseason. Our offensive line, our wide receivers, barely any of them played with our quarterback. I mean, just a mess. Then it was like 20-0, whatever, 21, whatever it was. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And I was like, this is going to be fucking embarrassing. Second half rolls on, and everybody got into it. I mean, everybody. Miles Sanders got robbed of a touchdown today, but holy shit, man. Like, amazing running by Miles Sanders. This kid, I mean, he literally had 2 guys in front of him. He does a little juke, and he just goes around those 2 guys. Like, all he has to do is make them stop for a split second, and he runs around them. I was so proud of Miles Sanders, especially in the passing game as well. Jordan Howard is a fucking bull, not only just receiving catches, which was very amazing that the Bears weren't really doing after the first 2 years after bringing Tariq Cohen in, but Jordan Howard, man, rushing up the middle, that guy is hard. By looking at it up close and personal, Jordan Howard is really hard to take down. I mean, he is hard to take down. And with this offensive line right now, that did pretty damn good. The offensive line, we ran to the left, ran to the right. Sometimes, things didn't work out too much. But, there were plays like a 3rd-and-1 play, and I'm sitting there, and they're doing a halfback toss to Darren Sproles, and he gets swallowed up in the backfield. It was just stupid. Some things that Doug did today were pretty damn stupid. But I think between the rust of this team and some of these plays, it was sideline pass, screen pass. It was like the same shit that I would normally see the Eagles do. And they came out swinging. And you know what? The Eagles needed more fucking reps. And unfortunately, they didn't play together. The Eagles just needed to get the rust off. And there was a lot of rust. Okay? Fletcher Cox, he hasn't played at all. He hasn't played preseason. He's still getting into game mode, but it was still pretty disruptive today. Second half, Timmy Jernigan got a sack today. A little update on Malik Jackson. Malik Jackson apparently had a lower leg injury today. He was carted off, I guess, whatever the hell happened. I'm not even worried about it. If he's out for a month, or something like a few weeks, I don't know what the case is. It didn't look like it was broken. It just looked like they just put his leg in a boot on purpose just to make sure everything's all right. But I don't know what the case is with Malik Jackson. That's the only injury we had today was Malik Jackson. But I'm not even worried about it because Timmy Jernigan could lock right into that spot. Hassan Ridgeway could lock right into that spot. I know Malik Jackson's a Pro Bowler, has won a Super Bowl and done other things. But other than that, I'm not even worried about it. We'll find out tomorrow what's going on. And if it's just Malik Jackson being out, I'm not mad about it. Our offense needs to score points. Our offense cannot have slow starts. It was a good game. It was. I said to myself, I'm like, this team has got to come alive. And Doug was very ballsy. He was going for 2. Alshon Jeffrey had a touchdown and then went for 2 with Darren Sproles, pitching all these different types of motion with pitching. And there were some different things that I did see that Doug was being creative with this offense, which I was kind of like, oh, man, I didn't see that one coming. I don't think J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was actually holding on a play for the Miles Sanders run touchdown that was called back, which sucks, man. Would have been his first rushing touchdown, which sucks. Derek Barnett had unnecessary roughness. Defensive line did pretty good. There was pressure. But linebackers, Zach Brown made a few plays. Guys were making plays. I was there, so I couldn't see everything that happened every single step of the way. But the corners, the first half, the corners were trash. Horrible. And to the point where on 3rd down, they're completing passes, and every down, it's crazy. Like, we'll get pressure, and these corners still can't cover, and I don't know what the case is. Rasul Douglas got burnt down the field, and this isn't the best fucking wide receiver core you're going to see this year, okay? You're going into Atlanta next Sunday night, facing, Julio Jones that just got big guaranteed $64 million contract, a whole bunch of other shit. And Ridley and all these other guys. There's just, and that's a stacked team over there too, but I'm not getting into that. But with the Redskins, they took care of business in the second half. Second half adjustments won the game. And not even just second half adjustments. There was no adjusting. There was just, these guys just had to get there was rust. There was fucking rust. And what happened? Desean Jackson bailed Carson Wentz out of one series in early third quarter or late, or I think it was late in the second when they got a touch, whatever the hell it was. And you know what? It is what it is. Sometimes shit happens like that. Nelson Aguilar had a few catches and didn't really make anything impact. Alshon Jeffrey was a huge impact in this game. Scored a touchdown, like I said before. Jenkins was going in there. So overall, the team did good. When they got their shit together, yes. I know this team is talented all around, and I know it is. So when I saw we were down like 20-0, I'm sitting there like, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with this right now because this shouldn't be happening, period, at all. And then as soon as the second half started, I was seeing the ball get thrown to everybody, and every running back was getting more of their fair share. I thought Darren Sproles was getting used too much in the first half, but then I saw some rotation going on, and I was like, this is nice. It's different. You got Jordan Howard, you got a bruiser. Corey Clement was really not in the backfield for this game. He really wanted to use more, I guess, outside speed type guys in bull rushing. I don't know. Corey Clement wasn't in that backfield that much. Darren Sproles did good on the punt returns. I can go on and on about this day, but it was a good fucking day. The Eagles came back to win this game like they should have. They exposed the Redskins, that the team that they fucking are, and that's what they are. They are jack shit fucking horrible, okay? And Doug kept everybody out of preseason, and now, as going forward with preseason, I'm going to expect this to happen every year, because this is what I'm going to expect. I'm going to expect a very slow start, and hopefully it's not by games. It's by like quarters, or a series or two. I was giving Carson like a few series and we were good, but it wasn't just the offense, but it was the defense too. There was no pressure. There was nothing in the first half. I mean, there was just nothing there, and Keenum was throwing on us like it was nothing, okay? But that's why you got to go. You can't go, well, we're going to fucking molest them. We're going to kill them. You know what I mean? You got to go into a game with an open mind that a first game is always a toss-up game. But you can't play up, down every game. You got to stay consistent. So I'm happy with what they did. I know the Eagles could slaughter teams, and they showed that they can come back from a 20-0 loss, a 20-0 deficit. You got a talented team here that knows what they're doing, okay? It's the first game, guys. It's not panic mode. It's not anything like that. The guys just had rust. They haven't played together. They haven't played in a preseason game together. They haven't played against another team in another jersey together. You understand? They haven't done that. So, other than that, guys, that's really it. Let me know your experience of what you did for game day today. I hope you guys had a really good day. Enjoy this Eagles win for the week. I'll be back with Philly Jim on Wednesday to talk about everything else. I will see you guys later for the next matchup. Shake Squad up. Flyers fly.